What's up, poker players? Hope you guys have been pulling in some massive pots lately. Today we're going to look at a few hands from last night's session, as well as get a balance update and take a look at this graph from last night. Now that is what a poker session should look like. Too bad the night before it looked the exact opposite. Let's get into some poker. First hand we're looking at is 7-8 offsuit from the big blind. The cutoff limps. We can tell that this player is pretty fishy by the limp from the cutoff first of all, but also the VPIP is 80%. I guess we've only had 5 hands on this player, so that doesn't really tell us too much, but we can tell that this player, just by their immediate style of play, is quite fishy. We wind up flopping an open-ended straight draw with an ace on the board, and we turn an 8, and I wind up just checking back. This is one of those where I could have bet, but I'm probably only gonna get called by better hands, or I could just let him bet and just call it down the whole way. You know, I have showdown value with the 8s. That's about all I have right now. None of the draws got there, so I'm just gonna check call the river and pretty much call any bet he makes, unless he jams all in right here, where I'm probably gonna lay it down, but at least think about it. So make a quick call, and yep, he wound up missing all of his draws, and we win with the 8s. Next hand we're looking at is pocket jacks from under the gun +1. Under the gun makes a raise to 3x. We just called. This is a regular player, pretty aggressive. Usually regulars are only going to be betting strong hands in first position, and we get called by the same fishy player in the small blind. Jacks are still pretty good. The fishy player comes out and bets right away. We don't have a ton of reads on the type of play that this player makes or what type of player this player is, but I can guarantee that we're probably going to call pretty much anyone right there with the jacks. And now we have an open-ended straight draw as well as top pair with the jacks, so we're going to call pretty much any bet. That card is a little bit scary. The 7 got there, but I still think we can call pretty much anything from this fishy player if he does come out and fire a river bet. Just make a call when he bets half pot, and yep, he had the 10s with the jack kicker. You could argue with me about raising at some point in there against that fishy player, but I just want to calling down. Tell me what you guys would have done. Would you have raised that fish at some point during that hand? I think I might have missed out on some value. Next hand we're looking at is ace king from under the gun. Make it 3x. Get an immediate call from our player to our left, Parker, who is a regular, pretty tight player, not that aggressive, folds frequently on the flop, and river folds quite a bit on the river. Not that aggressive post flop. Small betting percentages on the flop turn and even smaller on the river. The big blind makes a call. We wind up flopping top pair, top kicker. The big blind is semi-regular, high VPIP, probably pretty fishy player. I wind up just betting a little bit larger than half pot with quite a few draws out there. I pretty much just want to isolate the fish, and hopefully he calls down with some crazy gut shot draw. He does make a call. The turn is a 6. Probably didn't help his hand at all. At this point, I know I'm probably good, so I'm going to put in a little bit larger of a bet. Make it 250 to see the river. At this point, he is pretty much pot committed. He puts in the 250. He's only got 770 left. The 4 probably didn't help any hands as well. As I said, he was pot committed, so I can get it all in right here, which is what I do. And he probably was chasing some kind of straight draw. Makes the fold on the river. Next hand we're looking at is pocket kings from the cutoff. The hijack from the fishy. The hijack is the fishy player we just got in a hand with, who limps. Getting a lot of hands with fish this session. I guess that's what makes it a good session, right? Big hands against the fish. I make it pretty large. I could have made it smaller. I think that fish, he's probably, with the high VPIP, he's probably going to call any bet, so I think that bet sizing could actually be fine. We wind up flopping middle set. There's an ace out there. I'm making it a little bit smaller. There's a small chance that player has a jack 10, but that's the only hand we really should be worried about, and I'm going to get it all in here 100% of the time. So it's whether or not this player is going to chase us with whatever he has. Hopefully he's got like an ace reg, maybe an ace 10. I could see a lot of those hands in this player's range with the high VPIP of 45%. He winds up jamming all in. Yup, ace, 8, and we win with trip kings. Now we're taking a look at the session graph. As you can see, it was a 4-hour session. Got a little bit over 3,000 hands in. I was running pretty well. You can see the EV net 1 is less than the net 1. So that means that I probably won a couple coin flips in there and maybe got lucky once or twice on a couple big draws. But you're going to have that. And from the previous session, the night before this, it was the complete opposite. I was 2 or 3 buy-ins below my EV. So it feels good to rebound like this. And, you know, you're going to run into those really bad sessions and you just hang in there and keep playing your game. And if you stick to your game and don't get in your own head and stick to what you're good at, stick to what you know. Everyone's gonna have shitty sessions and everyone is gonna have amazing sessions like this. I only used the screen capture for a little bit of this session, so I only put a few hands into this video. Time to get back out and hit the tables though. I got like $900 to go until I can move it up another limit. Can't wait to get to the 100 NL. I think I'm gonna get into some good hand analysis in the upcoming videos about using Hold'em Manager and doing a lot of filters and figuring out where some leaks in my own game are, because everyone has them. I know that I have leaks that I can definitely fill and improve my gameplay on the table as well. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. Head down to the video description for links for Hold'em Manager, which you see on the screen right here. Give the video a thumbs up if you like it. Share it with anyone who might be interested. Be back with a new video tomorrow, but until then, I'll see you guys out on the virtual felt.